And then I actually am prepared for this tonight, if you watch carefully. There. At the Hornets. I did make an assumption. I assumed that I was going to win. But sometimes when you assume, you're correct. So, new starting lineup. This one. As I said, we're almost done with our data gathering. Go Stoudemire, Davis, Ellis, and Jones. And Wright. Stoudemire, Davis, Ellis, Jones, and Wright. That'll do it. As a reminder, 10% of anything I make tonight goes to the Retina Foundation of the Southwest. They're trying to cure blindness in the very old, very young, doing good work. Please support them if you feel so led yourself. There is a link in my file and in the YouTube description. Let's take a quick look at the league leaderboard. So Allison Murray still number 1 and number 2 for points per game. Minutes we're not going to be in. Oliver Miller taking over for Ed Pinckney, number 1 slot overall in field goal percentage. Chris Gatling still up there after the Miami. And Ellis with much higher number of shots and shot attempts than even Shaq. Free throw percentage, Ed Pinckney still up there. Hubert Davis, I don't think he shot any with us. But yeah, Pinckney 7 for 8. Ellis and Murray on top, 3-point percentage. And there's a Curry down there. Popeye Jones cracked the offensive rebounding leaderboard. That's why we brought him in. Rebounding help. He's done very well for us there. Stoudemire still hanging on to the league leaderboard for blocked shots. And still number 2 for steals. Murdoch not far behind. And Dale Ellis cracking it for steals. That's great. And assists, Muggsy was on here for a while. Now he's not. So it goes. All right. I guess a quick look at the standings too. Charlotte is a divisional rival, but that's generous use of the term rival. They're 39 games back. So if I recall, they did give us a run for their money before, but now we have Muggsy Bogues. So there. What are you going to do about that, Charlotte? That does mean that they took Carlos Rogers. It was one of our top contributors prior to the trade deadline. So Kenny Anderson now, their starting point guard. He also lit us up with the Nets in our first game. Del Curry, Glenn Rice, Larry Johnson, and I think I might have started Carlos. I did. Carlos Rogers suiting up against us. Boss. There it is. Turn up the defensive pressure. Good these beats. Get a player lock going on Ellis. Where is he? There he is. Turnaround shot. Ellis can't get it to fall. Yeah, Kenny Anderson was the one who made me realize that I need to park myself under the basket. Because if I do, he'll stop short and miss a shot. And if I don't, he'll drive past everybody and hit a layup. The Quarks. Sharon Wright gets us on the board. Glenn Rice and Del Curry, of course, two dangerous outside shooters. Got to keep an eye on them. Last time we played Charlotte, they were one of the few teams that took a significant number of outside shots against us. Of course, I think that was before they had Kenny Anderson, who took a significant number of inside shots against us. There we go. Now they're starting to fall. Way further down the baseline than I usually go. But the route was there, so I took it. Got to change it up a little bit. Otherwise, it's all the same. Watching again recently, like most of us, I'm sure I've been spending more time on YouTube recently. That was a nice shot. Credit where credit's due there. Anyway, so I showed my wife the Saturday Night Live sketch of the Round Ball Rock one, where they had, which you should check out if you haven't seen it. It's fun. But one of the basic premise was that there were lyrics to Round Ball Rock at one point that were not very good. And when they were trying to get John Tex to take them out, they had said, well, the lyrics are a little repetitive. And the response was, basketball is repetitive. And that just really got me. Which is a little unfair, of course. I think I've waxed poetic enough about the sport on this stream and why it's my favorite. But it's I was just recently reading an article Michael Lewis wrote about Shane Battier, and he at one point described basketball as the sport that most resembles life. And I think there's a lot to that. He was talking about how baseball is, kind of an individual sport that masquerades as a team one, and how in football the coach has a lot of say over who gets the ball. But in basketball, more than others, you really have, five individuals out there who might play as a team, or they might play to their own interests. So there's a lot more variance. Just, I don't know, one of the many things I like about it. Anything can happen. Any lineup can succeed. Any lineup can fail. Hopefully this one succeeds. Murdoch, Restbert, Murray, Pinckney, and Davis. Great behind the back pass. Unfortunately, I couldn't capitalize on it. Larry Johnson, Grandmama. I don't remember why they called him Grandmama. I'll have to look that up later. You think it'd be something I would know? There it is. T. Murray off to a good start. I was just thinking I should have passed that to Pinckney, but now I'm glad I didn't. Shot didn't look too good to me. I don't know. Maybe I need my goggles adjusted. Usually I can tell from that angle how it's going to fall. But falling it is. Great job taking the charge, guys. That's the way you do it. Fundamentals, like Spitzer Great always says. Anderson. Not sure Glenn Rice was too happy about that possession. Was he even out? Maybe it was just Curry. We should have had that ball. Man, Murray is just lighting it up. He cannot miss. Great board by Respert. Curry for two? Come on, buddy. Take a step back. Not going to come back in the game shooting those. Murdoch, the man of steel. Coming away with a piece of his arm that time and not the ball. There it is. We are on pace to score 200 points. One of the feats we have not yet been able to accomplish, as long as we can keep this pace. Which seems possible. Charlotte certainly has been taking their sweet time on their possessions. On Respert. Nope. It was a valiant heave, but ultimately futile. 52-23. Look at that field goal percentage. That is so nice. Real nice. We will change it up at the risk of our streak. Stoudemire and Respert still. And Murray still, and Pinckney still. Last but not least, Oliver Miller. So our lineup didn't change that much. Hopefully we can keep the point train a-rolling. Or however these things go. Oh! Well, I can already tell this is not going to be our best lineup. Nope. Even the whistles get tighter when the lineups are bad. Hey! And looser for the other team. Apparently. But we're... Okay. You know, we're not here exclusively to set records. We've got other games we can score 200. We have to gather the data. The data integrity is important. And they just cannot miss. Nope. Okay, inside shots. That's the name of this game. Carlos Rogers, 3 in the key. That is unfortunate. Right. That, I think, is the first time we've scored this quarter. Rogers staying in. Robert Parrish. Veteran. Ha. At least the AI does it sometimes, too. There we go. Nope. It's amazing what a difference 2 players can make. Sorry, something's going on with my headphone here. Sometimes that happens. Goggles and headphones are a dangerous combination. Don't try this at home. Tried to pass it out after I drew the double. It was too late. So we have to make one eventually. If I'm wide open, I'll try it. Excuse me. Relax, that was just a throat clear. To the best of my knowledge, I do not have the infection. Oh, and then I got cocky. There we go. Throw that down. Nice. Nice. Take that, Damon. Why'd you stop, Damon? Ugh. Brutal. Brutal. Brutal whistle. Wait, is that it for this lineup? Not quite. Need to keep the times as consistent as possible. Even if it means watching them just eat away at my lead. Nice hook, Miller. Not enough. Anderson. This is close enough. Goodbye to that lineup, probably forever. Alright, so Murdoch, Respert, stay. Murray will stay again. Jones coming in. And Sharon right. There we go. Ah. Bah. Nice. Oh! Wow, Del Curry. Popeye Jones heading to the line. Nice. Didn't really know that was going to happen, so I will take it. Wow. All right. He earned him. Went in the hard way. Rogers. Nope. Addison, I believe, although again, I'm having trouble with jersey numbers tonight. Hornets not really utilizing Rogers offensively nearly as much as we did, but I suppose that's par for the course for this AI. Oh, that was ours. We had such a promising start. Terrific first quarter. Now they're just whittling us away. There you go, Respert. Why don't you see if you can make something happen? Nice. Playing rough to the former teammate. Rogers loses the ball. Murray, what was that? Come on, man. You couldn't miss in the first quarter. There you go, Murdoch. All right. Both teams still shooting very well. Hornets a little more balanced between the two quarters, I think, where we are. Ah. Ugh. Sometimes data are painful. That's what we're experiencing tonight. Oh, no data more painful than that. Those. I'm trying to hold it down for data being a plural. I'm losing that battle, though. It's all right. You can't win them all. Get that back. Ugh. Larry Johnson. Shoving me around. Not very nice at all. There you go, Sharon. Game seems to favor the long twos more than that. You're back. Welcome back, Spitz the Greatest. What did you go with? Much tighter game. It wasn't. Wow, that's the second time Popeye Jones has gone to the line this quarter. So we scored 52 points in the first quarter, and you'll see in a moment we have not scored very many in the second quarter, and the Hornets have made quite a comeback. Got some Pepsi, but also 2 different chocolate milks that you'll review. Cool. Looking forward to it. Yeah, 52 in the first quarter. So we've scored 14 in the second. Yeah, this is one of those tale of 2 lineups kind of games. Ugh. Kenny Anderson, echoes of that first game of the season where we almost lost to the Nets. Kenny Anderson dropped a double nickel on us. Yeah, at the end of the first quarter, we were shooting like 70-some% from the field, 60-some from 3. The only reason the 3-point percentage isn't worse is because I stopped taking them. It's bad. Ugh. Now I got a hair in my mouth. Second game just not going so well. Who was named most valuable player in the 1989 NBA Finals? We've had this one, Spitz the Greatest. Do you remember? Thank patrons while I'm at it. Like Spitz the Great, Tim Troy, humanitarian and philanthropist. Dr. Ambassador Dortmunder, thank you for your help, your support. Couldn't do it without you. And 10% of anything I make goes to the Retina Foundation of the Southwest. Check them out. What was the question? Who was named most valuable player in the 1989 NBA Finals? You said you'd never heard of him. First time. That's your hint. So for the first time this game, we'll put in Muggsy Bogues against his former team. Hubert Davis. Murray can stay. Oliver Miller, power forward. And Davis. Antonio Davis. Don't know. Joe Dumars. From the Detroit Pistons. Joe Dumars from the Detroit Pistons. There we go, Davis. Already this lineup has scored 1/7 of the points that we scored last quarter. And we didn't even start with the ball in the first 15 seconds. I don't know why they're playing Rodgers at the top of the key. That is not his strong area. It's a baseline kind of guy. Nope. There it is. There you go, Muggsy. Take that all the way. Muggsy Bogues. That was a great performance in that bucket, purchased for us by Tim Troy, humanitarian and philanthropist, patron of this channel, patron of Muggsy Bogues. Thank you for your support. Muggsy, nope. There you go, Muggsy. Oh, bad pass. Carlos Rogers comes alive. Miss you, guy. Beautiful hook. That one purchased for us by Dr. Ambassador Dortmunder. Actual doctor, actual ambassador, actual Dortmunder, actual patron at our Buy a Bucket tier. What's that wow about that hook? That was a wow-worthy hook. Especially for a 5'3" dude. When this game was released, it was the most realistic basketball simulation on the market. Easily the best you've seen in a long time on this game. Well, of course, it was purchased for us by Dr. Ambassador Dortmund. Muggsy, oh man, did you see that hustle? I have never seen the AI run after the ball like that. In 61 and a little more than a half games. It's Glenn Rice's first time on the board tonight. He's just having a rough go. Whoa. Oh, I guess Miller must have deflected it. Nice, Miller. Oh, I didn't even jump for that layup. The AI just knew. That one's for you, Spitz the Greatest. I know you love those. Patron at our buy bucket tier. Thank you for your support. Thanks for being here. Enjoying your soda. As far as I missed your question about the doubleheader, yes. We're doing doubleheaders every night this week, every night next week, and then we'll take it from there. Probably at least as long as I am sequestered, because I don't have to get up as early in the morning. I'm working from home. But we'll see. I've committed to at least the next couple weeks, the doubleheaders. So, Pinckney. And Sharon Wright. That's how it's going to be. Soda is very good. I'm glad to hear it. Glad it was worth missing our outstanding first quarter. Not every night. We're still doing Monday through Wednesday. That was the arrangement with my family. Nice. I won't say it'll never happen on a Thursday or a Friday, but right now I'm planning to stick with Monday through Wednesday. Ooh, we got ourselves a shootout. That's what I like to see. I am nostalgia goggles for 3. I'm certainly not against 3. Dale Ellis is number 3. Darren Hancock, very offensive. I think that's his first name. So what you're seeing right now, Spitz the Greatest, was what the first quarter was like, except it was Murray instead of Ellis. I'll check it afterwards. I think Murray shot like 90% in the first quarter. It was unreal. Nope, too much traffic. Absolutely. Stop Kenny Anderson from driving. It's the key to our success. Come on. You take that away from Robert Parrish. Dude's in his 40s. Stuffed by Damon Stoudemire. Elite shot blocker. Not elite enough. Oh, my give and go gave and went. Get that out of there. Drive to the hoop. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to wear down their defenses. Larry Johnson having a good night. If you're just joining, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Nope. Fadeaways just don't usually work for me. Alright, so let's hold for last shot here. Nope. We didn't even get the last shot. They got to heave in. Oh well. We're still up. Works. It was ugly, you're right. You know, it's not ugly. Joe Dumars. 4-game sweep of the Lakers. Good times. So, fourth quarter. Get our fourth quarter lineup going. Ugly indeed. Hello, Mordant Matt. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you've joined us. We got Murdoch, Respert, Ellis, Jones, and Wright. So that actually is very similar to the last lineup we were in. So. How are you holding up, Mordant Matt? I hope quarantine is treating you well. Eight days solid. Yep. I fear that's just the beginning. Gotta take the open lane if they leave it. Ugh. Rick, whoa. Alright, so neither of us are playing particularly well. Start off the fourth quarter. But that's alright, that happens sometimes. There you go, Sharon Wright. Take that all the way. Nicely done. Whoa, that was a weird echo. It's amazing how 62 games in, it's still left. It's the greatest. 8 days. He's only been quarantined since Thursday. Bit of a slow roll. Tuesday, you got the order you were shutting down. Had to go in and finish some stuff up. Took Wednesday off, but went in Thursday. Looking back on it, that was probably irresponsible. What do you mean? I mean, I went to Texas last week, so, or a couple weeks ago, I guess. Things were not crazy. Oh, your work isn't essential. You should have just stayed home. I see what you're saying. I guess, but if you're staying home now, you know, it's not like you're coming across a lot of people at this point. So even if you are a carrier, I don't know. You're leaving the job and you want to hand it off in good shape. That's good. I think you did the right thing. There's risk in everything. My employer has asked me to not come in for 2 weeks since I was just out of state, even though everywhere I went has fewer confirmed cases than where I live. But I mean, I get it. It would have made people uncomfortable. I'm not about making people uncomfortable, rather the opposite. Confirmed cases means nothing when we aren't testing. Yeah. Yep. Especially for something like this, when such a high percentage of people who get it are completely asymptomatic. Kind of wanted that to go out of bounds for the dead ball. Put in Bogues. Forshawn Respirt's tired, but he's going to finish the game. Ellis. That'll finish it out. The guy who likes data, it's very frustrating because I'm right. Most people will never get tested because they'll never feel that sick. So our data is all skewed. Exactly. That's been the big concern I've had with it. So the last number I saw, which might have changed by now, is that the worldwide fatality rate is around 4.2%. Or mortality rate, sorry. Thinking about Mortal Kombat, I guess. So the gold standard is South Korea, right? And they're about 1%. But as far as I understand it, I mean, all of this is just, you know, what I've read, which there definitely is some bad information out there, so I could be wrong. I kind of hope I'm missing something, because that would just mean that we're all really overreacting. So South Korea just tested everybody, and then people who had it got quarantined. And so their mortality rate's sitting around 1%. But if you assume 3 undiagnosed cases for every 1 confirmed case in the rest of the world, then that means that our denominator is 3 times bigger, which puts the global death rate a lot closer to the 1 range, like 1 point something, which is worse than what's happening in South Korea, but in the same ballpark, which makes me wonder how much of South Korea's success story is the quarantining and how much of it is just that their denominator is correct. When New York State shut everything down, they were sitting at a 0.5% mortality rate. So I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not a doctor. I don't. Wow, Muggsy! That was awesome. Okay. Yeah, and I guess even, you know, if the denominator is enough bigger, you know, we're still talking about maybe like a 1.4 or something, which is significant. I mean, 0.4% when we're talking about these kind of numbers is a lot of people. So they probably are taking measures, but yeah, certainly. And it's a lot easier for South Korea to test, right? I mean, they're like, what, the size of Indiana? Geographically, more people. But... yeah, and that's the thing that troubles me the most. I mean, I've been trying to... Rogers, come on, buddy. I've been trying to stay positive about these things. But, I mean, realistically, my family and I are possibly too likely in the asymptomatic. And my parents, my wife's parents, are both in the risk group. So I don't know when, like, it's very possible that when we get it, we won't know that we've gotten it. So, yeah, more than that. So is your dad. Exactly. So, like, there's not going to be a point where I can tell my kids' grandparents, yeah, I'm certain that it's clear in all likelihood. So that's not fun. Yeah, we certainly don't want to overwhelm the healthcare capacity. I did see news today out of Ireland that a nonprofit group has developed a ventilator that can be 3D printed, which is pretty cool. They're working through regulatory approvals now on it, but that could be a huge game changer in this fight. So hopefully that all works correctly and they'll be able to get that in use. All right, Muggsy, you got that board. Never mind. Well, doesn't matter. I was about to give him the last shot, but I was afraid he was going to get pushed back over the midline. You want to stare a gift horse in the mouth, but that's frustrating. What's frustrating? Which part? Oh, we should not be celebrating that a private firm is able to make up for our institutional failings. I guess. I mean, but like, what could we do, right? I mean, like, it's not like hospitals have a lot of money sitting around to just stock up on ventilators just in case. And my understanding is that's the main issue. It's not even like lack of beds or anything, it's lack of ventilators. Ellis ended up with 80. On terrific three-point shooting. Pitiful rebounding on our part. 2 blocks for Bogues. 3 for Murdoch. 2 for Stoudemire. It's not the hospital's fault. It's the fact that our federal and state governments were this unprepared and that the system has no elasticity to compensate for an emergency. Yeah. If we're all caught flat-footed, people will die because of it, and we cross our fingers that someone comes up with a magical solution. It's hard. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I just don't know. I just don't know how we could have prepared for this. And the collateral damage too is just, you know what, let's move on. Let's talk about Larry Johnson getting 3 fouls. Look at the shot chart. Breakdown by quarter. So there it is, 72% from the field in the first quarter, 22% in the second. 62 in the third, 68 in the fourth. If you look at threes, 64. Oh, these are twos, sorry. Look at threes, 70%, 10%, 50%, 9%. Yeah, let's take up that thread. It's cool that someone stepped up because it means people care. The group actually, it wasn't just an individual. It was a group of people that gathered on Facebook, like engineers and entrepreneurs and whatnot, who found each other that way. And that's awesome. Ellis 63. Ellis remarkably consistent with the game. I don't think we're going to see that with T. Murray, but we'll get there. Resper. Not a good game for him. Bogues, solid performances. Yeah, it was ventilators. So Murray, 81% in the first quarter, 15% in the second quarter. Even look at how many shots inside too. Like one of those was a missed layup. It was bad. 50% in the third. Lineups matter. Almost all of his twos were in the second quarter. Threes, 81, 14%. Brutal. But Pinckney got one, so that works out. I shot about the same as CAI, percentage-wise. Alright, that's that. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you'll come back tomorrow for a virtual St. Patrick's Day as we play the Pacers, and then we're playing after the Pacers. Should have checked that. And Denver. There you go. Denver on virtual March 18th. Thanks for watching. I'm Nostalgic Goggles for 3. Stay healthy. Stay sane. I hope that you all are doing what you need to do to get through this. If there's anything I can do for you besides play basketball, hit me up.